Well, I'm going to state the obvious. We lost the game really right before halftime. We cut it to 8 on Daryl's 2 free throws, and then last 3:46 we weren't very good, and they were good. Um, I thought we missed a lot of open shots in the first half that maybe could have changed some things, the flow of the game. Thought we had 4 wide open ones in the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game. Just make a couple of them. So let our offense affect our defense a little bit. So really, that was the game. But I got to give my guys credit. They battled, cut it to 3, made a mistake. When we made a mistake, we held them to really 19 in the second half. I know they had 23 with the 4 free throws, but when we made a mistake, they made us pay. And that's what good teams do. And they made a mistake. We didn't necessarily make the shot. So, we weren't at our best. Give them credit. They were good. They had a great first half. And Potter was really good for them tonight. And popping, and we just weren't as quick as we needed to be. Back to the inconsistent stuff. So our guys battled, and I was happy with that. And thought when we cut it to 3, we had a chance, but we stayed on 40 forever. It was 43-40, and then they hit the 3, and we stayed on 40 forever. And we just got to have more guys play better. Can't have guys go 1 for 10. Coming off a game where they make shots. So is what it is. But we're going to try to use the second half as a positive and see if we can win the next one.
Start with Daniel Oyafusi from the Baltimore Sun.
Hey, Mark. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about just the shot selection. It seems like in a lot of your guys' big wins in conference play, you've been able to kind of space teams out and really get in the paint, even against Wisconsin last month. I mean, we're at halftime. What was the message on the shot selection? Because you guys really stuck with the 3.
Yeah, I think that's what they were giving us, and I think our shot selection was better in the second half. Now we took a couple bad ones, and I'm not going to say which ones they were, and we talked about them, and at least 3 when it was a game. We were right there. We took some bad ones, but we had a lot of inside-out looks that were wide open too. So we did a lot of things well. Were we perfect every possession? No, we weren't. As any team, no. So, but yeah, I mean, we were down, so you play that way, but especially in the small lineup. But I think we had some really good looks. And then we couldn't really score around the rim, to be honest with you. Daryl got all the way to the rim and tried to throw it out. He had a dunk, so the decision making has to be great too. But I hear you. When you're not making them, it makes it look worse too. So, but we made a few in the second half. We executed at times pretty well. But our defense was terrific. We got to do it for 40 minutes for us to win.
Emily Giambalvo, Washington Post.
Hey, Mark. You kind of touched on both of these in the opening statement, but when you guys cut it to 3, what did you see from your perspective as far as what went wrong, both in terms of they forced some turnovers and then Micah Potter being able to do what he did?
Yeah, I mean, we had a good run, and then we just weren't any good for a stretch, and they were good. They hit the 3, we guarded it wrong, went up 6, and then we had a couple turnovers, and we had a jump ball and probably a bad shot in there, and then Potter made a tough shot, and we made 2 mistakes on defense, and I mean, back to back. And so it goes 46-40 to 51-40 or whatever. And it's just like, guys, it shouldn't happen. I mean, it just shouldn't happen. And so it's disappointing. But they made mistakes too. And we had those looks and they didn't go in. So it's just kind of what it was tonight, but, our guys got to be locked in for 40 on the defensive plan, and we weren't there. But we held them to 61 in our building. That should be good enough to win, and it wasn't.
Alex Flum, WDVM.
Hey, Coach Turgeon, you kind of also mentioned this in the opening, but I just want to ask you, did you feel like that you guys kind of beat yourselves more than Wisconsin beat you tonight?
No.
Lila Brownberg, Testudo Times.
Hey, Coach. you know, how frustrating is it for you just kind of when you guys were able to get on those runs, but, you know, couldn't sustain them with, you know, the offense going cold like that, kind of repeating throughout the game?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, and it's hard on all of us. You know, it's hard on the players, and it's hard on the coaches, and everything that we're going through. It's hard. It's not easy, and it's frustrating. And you know, we keep talking about the same things. I think a lot of teams are going through it, and we're not good enough to be inconsistent. We got to be really good to win. And so it is frustrating, whether it's a defensive mistake or a missed open shot or a bad shot. You know, so or you know, a turnover, just ill-timed stuff. So we had 9 turnovers, but God, it's like 3 or 4 of them were just at the worst time for us. And so that makes it tough. But I don't think we beat ourselves, to go back to that last question. I don't think we played great. We missed open shots, and we had a bad 3-minute stretch before half and made a couple mistakes defensively in the second half. And that's all they needed with an 18-point lead. But, you know, we battled till the end. We had it 57-50, had 2 wide open threes, back-to-back possessions. Could have cut it to 1 if we made both of them. Think about that. But we missed them both. So you just got to keep battling, and you got to move on. You got to be resilient and see what happens.
All right, Coach.